Today's conversation, it's going to feel heavy, but it's one that needs to happen.
We're talking about mental health in the military and in life after service.
Yeah.
The part nobody put in the recruiting brochure.
The understanding of mental health evolved in the 30 years I served. So I can relate to when it wasn't talked about to when it was a focus for leaders throughout the military. When I first identified some type of differences with me and my mental health, it wasn't because I was smarter than anybody else. It was because, you deal with stuff.
Yeah, you know.
And I was raised by a man who didn't show a lot of feeling. That pat on the back, that rooting for you from a male perspective, I didn't get a whole lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of the negative side, hey, knucklehead, act right, get right, blah, blah, blah. That helped me in a negative way to lead, right? Because I wasn't used to giving applause. I wasn't used to patting people on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was always, it seemed like the only time my voice got loud was the negative stuff.
The problem is, and that's the thing about mental health, is so many layers to it, and probably didn't start. I know I'm jumping ahead, but I know I probably started keeping more things in after I deployed, just because of that repeated seeing what I saw every night.
Trauma.
That trauma that we saw every night wasn't anything major. Where I was like really like, you know what, I need to talk to someone, till after I deployed, and it wasn't even right after I got back from deployment. It was, probably some time where it was like.
Was it direction or you made
no,
a step?
it was my, I said, let me go. I said, this ain't,
Right.
because it's like you get short with people, and you know that you are, you get short with people where it's like, why did I don't need to be like that with these, and it's like, something it's not right. It's not right. I need to try to correct that. But that was probably some years after I deployed. I was probably a young or senior major, young lieutenant colonel, where it was like where I just felt like at that time I felt confident enough to like, hey, they ain't gonna do nothing,
And the biggest thing that soldiers used to always say that, well, I don't want people in my business. And I absolutely could relate to that. But if something's bothering you so much that it changes who you are, right? The way that you would normally be, then that's a problem.